What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I suggest you get comfy. And if you're a returning viewer and not a subscriber, find yourself acquainted with the subscribe button somewhere down here below. And then go tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend that it does get a little chaotic right here. Play the music. Today I want to talk about things that I wish I knew in my 20s. I'm 20, just like in the later stages. Those scare numbers, those ones. But don't worry, woo! So these are some of the things that I did learn in my 20s. As per usual, love of my life Bob is gonna be here to help me and guide me because I do have social anxiety even when I'm by myself. So my hands get tired of working, and so I need to look down at something for comfort, and also my memories a bit. Anyways, a few of you might relate to some of these. Some might not, and that's okay. So I'm gonna start with the big one is you don't have to have it all figured out. I know when we were younger, guys, we used to do this thing where we're like, no, by 21 I'm gonna be married, by 24 I'm gonna have kids, I'm gonna be living in a what. But you don't have to have it all figured out. There's a lot of pressure that comes from everywhere where you have to have it supposedly figured out by the age of 25, 26. Personally, for me, I thought I was gonna be a superstar at the age of 26, but baby steps. So we learn as we grow, but you do not have to have it all figured out. Growth is allowed to be messy, and it's gonna be messy if you attach a timeline to everything that you do, because you're going to be more disappointed in yourself for not achieving the things that you set yourself out to achieve. When growing is a constant. Even when you're living in some answered prayers, you might not realize it then because you're so adamant on the list that you had made. Car, house, something. So, you don't have to have it all figured out. The second one is, love is not meant to drain you. Shame. For me, hey, the perfect ruin is like the perfect ending to a love story.
I love you. Romance.
I have issues. But chaos is not love. Love is supposed to be safe. It shouldn't keep you awake at night. Anxiety, heart palpitations, you shouldn't be chipping at your fingernails, checking your phone every 2 minutes. Love is really supposed to be safe. In this day and age, we take for granted romantic relationships that are safe, that just go with the flow. It doesn't always have to be like a big grand gesture, but it just has to flow. It has to be safe. It has to be assuring. It has to be comforting. You don't have to be wondering, hey, this person loved me yesterday, like what the, who the hell, but also love with limits. Love with limits, because what happens when you don't love with limits? They'll tell you they're at the psych ward. They'll tell you they're at the psych ward. Also, don't be afraid to walk away. Personally, I'm afraid to. I'm not walking away, but don't be afraid to walk away. Stand on your own, know your worth, and have an identity outside. You know why I'm stammering? Because I'm not gonna take this advice, or I haven't. And it's probably because until you're in a situation, you think you know better. But to my younger sisters, genuinely, know when to walk away. They love you at home. They need you at home. They still need you sane and alive. And also, there's a lot of innocence that gets taken away from you after your first heartbreak, because then you think everything is a lie. Is this is this guy like all the other guys? Are the other guys all like this guy? Like, what's gonna happen if I do this and do this? And personally, like, you reach a point in your life where you're so sick and tired of telling people your favorite color, or what you like to eat, or what you like to do, or what you don't like, or how you don't like late replies, or how you don't like being ghosted or broken. You just reach a point where you're just like, bruh. Anyways, the third one is friendships change, and that is okay. Not every friendship is meant to last forever. Sometimes friends are in your life for seasons. Sometimes in your life in a season where you need them in a season of growth, that they help you grow. Some are there in your life to help you like realize the kind of person that you are. Some are there to actually run the whole mile with you. And it's okay sometimes in some of those friendships, and it doesn't have to be hostility. These days I see a lot of friendships ending and then it goes story time on how, but it doesn't. You can love from a distance, like love and light. And also outgrowing people, you reach a point where your path does not need you to carry the same load of friends that you had into your new chapter. And so outgrowing them is perfectly fine. It's no bad blood. It's just, yeah, that girl was my friend, I loved her. And I'm gonna say this even for relationships as well. Alignment is more important than history. You can know each other for 10, 15 years, but if you don't align anymore, it's okay. Let it go. Let it go. Money clarity and money flakes. So financial literacy, the first one is self-care. Also, I learned this a long time ago, but stolen money doesn't take you anywhere. Hey, like, you steal the money, but it doesn't really do much for you because it is stolen money. Saving is cool. Budgeting is very attractive, but also people can smell new money. I don't know how to explain this without sounding weird. Like, there are people who are privileged enough to know the value, not just the monetary value, but like the emotional principle, money value thing when they're growing up. And then there's some in their older life when that's when they're starting to like come into like money, and you can smell new money because new money is loud. Like, everyone wants to flex. No, I have this, I did this, I did that. Where old money already knows that, okay, that's normal, so let me try and do something more, with the money. Lifestyle pressure will always take you downhill. Doing it for the plot financially has never worked out for anyone. You don't need to impress anyone but yourself. Okay? You don't need to impress anyone but yourself. Like, financial literacy is especially in women, when you find a woman who understands money, who understands the importance of investing, budgeting, and saving for the future, you're going to grow. You're going to grow. But if you and your woman just like, hey, that looks cute, let's go, without any form of literacy in the background, then it doesn't work. There's also a difference between looking rich and looking stable. Oof. What do they say? Clock it. Looking rich, looking stable. The other one is your body and mental health deserve patience. Oh, you're talking to me. Oof. Good Lord. Healing is a constant. Healing is not a thing where if you start today, you're going to reach the healed version of you next week. Healing is a constant. It doesn't end. Healing is not linear. Rest is also very productive. When you're mentally tired, give yourself time to rest. It's like going to the doctor. If the doctor says, hey, you bruised your leg, 24 hours, like, rest 24 hours. Give your mental that rest as well. You don't have to thug it out all the time. It's okay to cry. Not on the internet though. But it's okay to cry. It's perfectly fine to cry. Therapy. Go to therapy. Yeah, go to therapy, please. Go to therapy. Go see a therapist, because I've seen quite a number of therapists in my time. Love them. Some of them were actually very tired of me. I had a therapist last year who told me not to come back and see him until I wanted to heal, because I kept going back with the same thing, and I kept going back with hope that deters me away from my healing instead of something else. So, go to therapy. Ke ra wena. Say no. 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 No, I cannot. No, I will not. No, I do not have. Say no. Boundaries save a lot of time and energy. Say no. Refuse with yourself. Refuse with yourself. Refuse with yourself. Stop over explaining after you say no. No, I'm sorry, I can't. Why? I just can't. There's no need to go in depth. People who benefit from your lack of boundaries will always resist your new boundaries, and that's how you know that you got a people pleasing problem. Say no. If you're allowed, the last one is you're allowed to change. Changing your mind doesn't feel that you failed at the one thing that you started at. And you can reinvent yourself as many times as possible. Relearn, regrow, reset, restart, realign as many times as possible. Failing does not mean it's the end of the world. You take the lessons from your loss, whether it's romantically, whether it's friendshipically, career-wise, spiritually. Take those L's and turn them into W's. L, W, W. Just take those L's and make them W's. Okay. Also, yeah, grown up. People always talk whether you do right, wrong, left, right, upside down. Everybody always got something to say. But what do they have to say about themselves is what you should be asking yourself. But Batlaring will get you killed. What will people say will get you killed? Slaughterhouse, Outgrow things, outgrow people. And it's just a reminder, but you're doing so much better than you think. Yesterday's version of you would be so proud of you today because you got up and you did it. Whatever it is, even if you just got up and left the house, you got up and you did it. You got up and you cooked that meal. You got up and you bought that dress. You got up and you applied for that job. You got up. You just got up. Yesterday's you is proud of you today. And tomorrow's you will be anticipating what the day after tomorrow's you will do, because the strength is within yourself and only you can clap for yourself as loud as you want to be clapped for. Damn. Sometimes I just cook. But those are some of the things that I wish I knew sooner. I think they would have saved me from a lot of chaos, because in the years that I've been 20 somethings, but I am grateful that I'm able to sit down here today and say, I did it. I'm proud of you, kid. Love you so much. So much. Also, please don't forget to give love, receive it, appreciate it, reciprocate it, and express it as much as you can. I will see you in the next one. I hope you had fun in this one. Bye.